Somewhere on a Rockstar hard drive, there is a finished piece of Grand Theft Auto that you were never allowed to play. Dataminers found traces of it years ago, buried inside update files. Mission names, character references, a story expansion for the best-selling entertainment product in history, planned, partially built, and then quietly erased. Nobody at Rockstar announced its cancellation. There was no press release, no apology. It simply stopped existing. And the reason it stopped existing is not a creative decision. It is a number on a spreadsheet. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which number, and you will realize that you helped write it. To understand what was killed, you have to remember what existed before. Go back to February 2009. Grand Theft Auto IV had been out for less than a year, and Rockstar released The Lost and Damned, a full-story expansion where you played as Johnny Klebitz, a biker whose storyline crossed paths with Nico Bellic's. 8 months later came The Ballad of Gay Tony, an entire second campaign, with new missions, new music, and new tone. These were not costume packs. They were essentially new games grafted onto an existing city. Microsoft believed in this model so much that it paid Rockstar $50 million just to keep those two expansions exclusive to Xbox 360 for a limited time. $50 million for DLC. That is how valuable single-player story content was considered in 2009. So when Grand Theft Auto V launched on September 17, 2013, and made $800 million in 24 hours, then crossed $1 billion in 3 days, faster than any movie, any album, any game in history. The expectation was obvious. If GTA V, a smaller game, earned 2 full story expansions, GTA V would surely get something even bigger. And Rockstar said as much. In late 2013, the company openly talked about story mode updates coming the following year. The plan was real. Actor Stephen Ogg, who played Trevor Phillips, later confirmed that story DLC had been in the works. Something was being made. Then, on October 1, 2013, 2 weeks after launch, Rockstar switched on GTA Online. And almost nothing about it worked. Servers collapsed. Characters were deleted. Progress vanished. The press called it a disaster, and for a few weeks, it looked like a footnote, a broken side mode attached to a masterpiece. If you were a player back then, you probably ignored it entirely and went back to the campaign. That broken side mode is the thing that killed everything else. You just couldn't see it yet. Here is what was happening underneath. To apologize for the launch, Rockstar handed every player $500,000 in-game dollars. Innocent enough, but that gift normalized something. The idea that GTA money could simply appear in your account. Because sitting quietly in the store were shark cards, real money purchases of in-game cash. A Megalodon card cost about $100 real. And as online stabilized, a pattern emerged that no publisher had ever seen at this scale. People were not just buying the game once, they were paying again, and again, every month, 4 years. Now look at the same situation the way an executive at Take-Two, Rockstar's parent company, would look at it. A story expansion is a one-time transaction. You spend 2 years of developer time building it, you sell it once for $20, and the money stops. An online update, a new heist, a new car, a new business, costs a fraction of that effort, is sold indirectly through shark cards, and keeps generating money indefinitely. Because the update exists to make players want in-game cash they can either grind for or buy. One product earns once, the other earns forever. Every hour a designer spends on single-player content is, from that spreadsheet's point of view, an hour set on fire. In March 2015, the famous heists finally arrived. Missions originally imagined as part of the story experience. They shipped as online content only. That same year, Rockstar simply stopped mentioning story DLC. No cancellation, no statement. The phrase just disappeared from interviews, the way a name disappears from a company directory. And in 2016, something else disappeared. Leslie Benzies, the producer who had led development on the GTA series since GTA, left Rockstar and later sued for $150 million in disputed royalties. The internal culture that had built those old expansions was dissolving, replaced by something optimized for a different goal. The confirmation finally came in 2017 in an interview with Game Informer. Rockstar's Imran Sarwar explained that single-player DLC for GTA V wasn't coming because the studio simply didn't have the resources. Between GTA Online, Red Dead Redemption 2, and everything else. Read that sentence again. The most profitable entertainment product ever made did not have the resources for the one thing its fans had been promised. Of course it had the resources. What it didn't have was a reason. Analysts were already estimating that GTA Online was generating hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. And recurrent consumer spending, the corporate term for microtransactions, was becoming the fastest growing part of Take-Two's entire business. By the end of the decade, it would account for more than half of the company's revenue. Picture the moment it truly died. Not a dramatic meeting, nothing cinematic in the Hollywood sense. A conference room in Manhattan, early 2014. A quarterly chart projected on a wall. One line, retail sales, sloping gently down, the way every game's sales curve always has. And a second line, shark card revenue, that refuses to fall. Week after week it holds, then climbs. Somewhere in that room, a person whose name you will never know looks at those two lines crossing and understands, before anyone else on Earth, that the games industry as it existed is over. Nobody says kill the DLC. Nobody has to. The line already said it. And once you see the mechanism, you see it everywhere. Red Dead Redemption 2 launched in 2018, a colossal single-player achievement. Its predecessor had received Undead Nightmare, one of the most beloved expansions ever made. Red Dead 2 received nothing. No story expansion at all, just Red Dead Online. GTA V went on to sell over 200 million copies across 3 console generations. Re-released again and again, and in all those years, its story mode never gained a single new mission. The game didn't fail. The game was punished for succeeding at the wrong thing. So here is the uncomfortable part, the part about you. Rockstar didn't kill single-player DLC. A spreadsheet did. And the spreadsheet was built out of decisions made by millions of individual players. One purchase at a time. Every shark card, every grinding session inside online, every return visit was a vote, cast silently for one of those 2 lines on the chart. Companies do not listen to what you say in comment sections. They listen to what you repeatedly pay for. And that rule doesn't stop at video games. Every industry you love is quietly drawing its own 2-line chart about you right now, measuring not what you praise, but what you fund. When GTA V arrives and you're wondering why it launches with an online store instead of a story expansion, remember, you already know the reason. You helped write the number.